Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Sorry. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a brand new week. Welcome to Monday the 2nd of March. These things happen. Life is so brief. We ought to just move on and get on with life, don't we? And so to all of you, I say welcome to the start of a new week. It is beautiful today. We started with some rain. And you know how I feel about the rain. You know what the rain does to our mood. You know what the rain does to our vegetation. You know the rain gives life. And so let's celebrate life today. Remember, always, as you swing yourself off the bed, put your feet planted on the ground, remember to say thanks to God first before you get up. And so as you do so, set forth yourself onto a positive road and you will find positivity will follow you as well. But I'm Pearson Bowen. To those of you watching us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube and our website cbc.bb, to each and every one of you, we say good morning. How do you do? We wish you a wonderful today as well, and we encourage you to share the show, share the love, bring others along. Let's build our community. And I always remind you every single day to, if you know of someone or you know of something, a story we need to tackle, tell us about it. Send us an email. It's really quite simple. That email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And to those of you who do, I say thank you. For those of you contemplating whether you should, I say you should. Hit send and we'll follow up from there. We thank you for partnering with us at Mornin Barbados. I asked you just now, how was your weekend? Listen. Now, everyone who knows me knows I'm not one who goes out. On a Saturday night, I stay indoors. But I went out on Saturday night. I went to Shantel, the concert at the Roman Catholic Cathedral in Bridgetown. And boy, did I have a night. She stepped onto the stage looking like the princess that she truly is. And she mesmerized the hundreds who were there. It was sold out, so it was packed to capacity, and all of us sat there enthralled by the vocal talent of Shantel and her guests as well, Nathan Richards, Paula Hines. She even brought on Shaquille Lane. You know Shaquille of Collateral fame, the Calypsonian? He was there as well to perform. And when I talk, Melinda Hughes, and let me tell you that, listen, this was fantastic. I mean, fantastic. You want a taste? I told you I was going to tell you about it. So take a little look and a little taste of Shantel as she opened Shantel the concert. Just a taste. It was mesmerizing. She was playful, she was funny, she was serious, and then she got all funny again. And the show, after it was all done, there was an encore. The crowd just went wild. More, more, more. And so Shantel came on and she surprised us when she, in a very classical way, approached the Gabby Classic Emerton. Would you believe it? It was wonderful. We all sang along with her. It was a truly wonderful evening. So, well done to you, Shantel. You and your team, you've pulled together something mesmerizing. I encourage you, wherever possible, to look out for when next we have that opportunity to enjoy the vocal talent of Shantel Martin or Nathan Richards and any of the other cast members of the Barbados Symphony Orchestra was accompanying most of them in the first half, and so well done to one and to all. Remember, this is also the month in which we pay attention to women's affairs. Sunday coming is International Women's Day, thus the purple. And so your purple, your wear of purple, gives your support to the cause and your support to the efforts to continue to enhance and to give opportunity to our women to accentuate and be themselves. And so don't forget, coming up on Sunday as well, there's a walk that starts at 3:30 from Bridgetown, from the Garrison, and they're going to be walking up to the boardwalk. And so I want you to sign up as soon as possible to be a part of that walk. But this is a morning filled with a lot that we're talking about today, because we'll meet a man who's been coming to Barbados for more than 20 years now. I ask why, don't you? So he'll tell us his story. This morning as well, we'll get a little more insight into a film project, filmed and forgotten, not forgotten. The filmmaker will join us this morning as we take a look at that. We'll be also browsing the different opportunities for you through the Faculty of Science and Technology at the University of the West Indies. This is their Taste Week. But we want to get started this morning with the brilliant vocal talent of Kenji. Now, Kenji, I'll talk to her about this afterwards, but it's a brand new song. It's a really good song, as a matter of fact, because I've already caught it, and you'll catch it too. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the amazing Kenji.
Nobody can take away my joy, oh, joy, oh. And nothing can take away my peace, oh, peace, oh. Nobody can take away my smile, oh, smile, oh. And nothing can take away this love, oh, yeah. Is it me that you're looking for? Left my troubles, they at the door. Came to dance, came to sing, came to live my life. I'm not negative anymore. Yesterday's in a review, sunny skies lie ahead. And even if life throws a curveball, I'll shake it off and sing instead. Oh yeah. Nobody can take away my joy, oh, joy, oh. And nothing can take away my peace, oh, peace, oh. Nobody can take away my smile, oh, smile, oh. And nothing can take away this love, oh, love, oh yeah. Is it me that you're looking for? Smile on my face and go. You can see my light shining from miles away. Good energy, oh my God. Yesterday's in a review, sunny skies lie ahead. And even if life throws a curveball, I'll shake it off and sing instead. Yeah. Nobody can take away my joy, oh, joy, oh. And nothing can take away my peace, oh, peace, oh. Nobody can take away my smile, oh, smile, oh. And nothing can take away this love, oh, yeah. You not take my joy away, ayo. And you not take my peace away, ayo. And you not take my smile away, ayo. I sing my troubles away. Nobody can take away my joy, oh, joy, oh. And nothing can take away my peace, oh, peace, oh. Nobody can take away my smile, oh, smile, oh. And nothing can take away this love, oh, yeah. Nobody can take away my joy, oh, joy, oh. And nothing can take away my peace, oh, peace, oh. Nobody can take away my smile, smile, oh. And nothing can take away this love, yeah. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away.
Morning. Good morning to you.
15 past the hour, I told you it was catchy, I told you it was infectious, I told you it's really good. Her name is Kenji. She goes by that on stage, but by day, she's Kenji Lawrence. And so she joins me now as we talk a little bit more about her journey thus far, and this brand new song called My Joy. Good morning, Kenji.
Good morning. How are
My
you?
Joy, this is your first release.
Yes.
What tempted you this time to release?
Well, you know, I've always wanted to make music since I was a child, but I let fear and lack of confidence kind of cripple me. I decided that I've been through so much in life and I realized that life is extremely short. I just decided that I didn't want to let fear debilitate me anymore. And I had so many songs in me, so many melodies that I'm writing down and constantly recording on my phone. I would probably implode. So I decided, let me get it out, let me share it with the world, and let me not allow fear to stop me from doing what it is I really, really wanted to do since I was a child.
Oh boy, and how did your family respond to that? That since as a child you wanted to sing, and here you are doing economics by day and singing in your spirit. So let's talk a little bit about that, the support.
You know, it's interesting because if you ask my family, they would not tell you that I was much of a singer growing up. The only person who knew a lot of me singing, he was my brother. He passed now, but he was the one who identified the talent very early and really wanted me to pursue it. I was just too shy, you know? But I wasn't one of those growing up singing in church and singing all over the house. I wasn't that because I was just so shy. But it was always something that I wanted to do and I dreamt of doing, and I would write and I would feel so passionate about it, but I kept it to myself. No more though. I'm sharing it.
There you
I'm
go.
sharing it.
So the shyness is now over. She's now beginning to share. The floodgates are now open.
Yes.
Out of which shall flow a lot more of your compositions.
Yes.
My Joy. What's that about?
So it started just as a melody. I was in the kitchen and coming from, you know, some challenges and so on, I just started kind of like humming. The melody was a bit different. It was kind of more R&B. So I recorded this on my phone because I liked the part where I was saying nobody can take away my joy. You know what I mean? I recorded it on my phone and then I got back to it. I sat down with it and I started writing. I started to think about it a little bit more and the story came. I remembered the things that I went through, some of the personal tragedies, the setbacks and so on, and it started to become like a personal declaration. And I said, man, there's a story here, you know what I mean? And I started to pen it and I said, well, it's gonna be like an anthem and I will share it with others too so it could be their anthem as well.
Right. But you said it started as an R&B, but it became an Afrobeat.
Yes, yes.
So how did that transition occur?
You know, when I was humming it, there was really no kind of like, it was kind of amorphous, to be honest. It was kind of amorphous. It was just the words really. And it was very slow as I hummed it. But I thought that the words could become something more. So the first thing I did when I decided to build out the song was to kind of like go through the words again in my mind and think of how I could get a catchy chorus out of it. So when I got the chorus is when it turned into an Afrobeat, because then it was kind of more peppy and I felt like you convey the message better. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I would love opportunities to sing the song again in a different genre. You know what I mean? Interpret it differently. So, I mean, you know, music is free. There are no rules with art, with expression. So
well said and so true indeed. And so you sat in the studio and you decided, okay, let me just pour this out. Where did you go to record first of all, and what kinds of responses did you get in the studio before it was actually released?
Well, you know, I went to Black Man Chant. That's the producer that I went to. We went to Immersive Studios. It was a really good experience. Very different from recording on your phone in your privacy at home. You know, a bit of pressure, but I spoke to him about my vision and so on, and he kind of got it instantly, created this really good beat. I loved it, and I said, yes, this is what I need. So when I went in there, I felt really comfortable working with him. And one of my friends, she came to the very first session just for a few minutes. It was fun because at first I was kind of jumbling some of the words, and he was like, don't do that. So you have to learn as you go type of thing. So it was a really amazing experience doing my very first song in studio and seeing the outcome. I decided, man, I need to really turn this into something, because I've committed now. You know what I mean? I've committed so much time and effort and so on. So yeah, it was a great experience.
You've chosen to work with a really good one, Black Man Chant himself, behind a lot of great music that Barbados has produced indeed. And so here we are with your first single. It's out now. Where can people access My Joy? How can we get it?
So it's available across all stores, so Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, but I am working on some visuals right now to also upload it on my own YouTube channel, Vibes and Kenji, with some visuals, so that more people could access it. You know what I mean? I want everyone to be able to listen to it and vibe to it and enjoy it, and those who can download, share, stream. Yeah.
Now you have two careers.
Yes.
Performing career and performance career at work as well. Which one do you think is going to win out in the end?
Oh!
He's not watching, don't worry about it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm gonna try to balance both. And put effort, the same amount of effort into both. I put a lot of effort into my career over the years, and it's time now that I diversify my portfolio. So I want to put as much effort as I put into work into this too, because I feel like this can go somewhere, and I'm willing to see where that goes. And if it doesn't go as far as I had hoped, I still made a great song, I think, and I still have people dancing and smiling to it, and hopefully I can inspire someone to pursue their dreams no matter what age they are, no matter where they are in the world, no matter what, you know, adversity they faced. So, you know, it's all about the message too and everything, but, you know, I'll see where it goes.
You say that you have a whole set of songs still to flow from you. What will be the next one you'd like to do?
The next song I'd like to do is actually like my baby. It's so close. Yeah, it's near there. It was actually the song that I wanted to do first, but I decided that I would put this one out, you know, gain some momentum from it and so on, and see what the response is like, and then I would go into that one. That one should be more R&B. Maybe, but it's about your mentality. So my music, all of my music is going to be positive and uplifting. I don't want to sing anything that's lewd and lascivious, you know what I mean? I want to contribute positively to the world, and I know music is extremely powerful, so I don't want to contribute to, you know, some of the negativity that we're seeing, and we have enough around us as well. So I'm here to bring some sunshine through my music, some inspiration. So it's going to be about your mentality and shaping it and making sure that not only sometimes we focus a lot on other people and how they treat us, but it's also important that we don't self-destruct by the way we think negatively sometimes and harbor, you know, thoughts that are not conducive to having a successful life. So that's what that next song is about. Catchy still though. Catchy still. Catchy still. Don't worry.
Literally it hurts us. Catchy must be catchy.
It has to be.
It has to be. And so, do you want to be a recording artist or a recording and performing artist?
I would like to be a recording and performing artist. Right now, recording is something that I'm so excited to be doing, and I can't wait to get more experience, because I'm learning so much along the way.
Yes.
And performing is definitely going to be a bonus, and because I'm sure that eventually more and more people would want to see me perform, and I would want to do a really good job at that as well. So it would take some training, but I'm willing to do it because it's been a lifelong dream. You know what I mean? So.
Wow, to live your passion is such a possibility. It's wonderful that you found your space and your footing enough to be bold enough to release My Joy.
Yes.
And so for those watching who want your handles, so one, we can explore what else you're doing, and two, to contact you.
Yes.
What are your handles so we can find you?
So my IG, my TikTok, my YouTube pages are Vibes and Kenji, as in VIBES NKENGE, Vibes and Kenji. And I'm also available via email. My business email is nkengilawrence9@icloud.com, NKENGELAWRENCE 9@icloud.com. So for business inquiries and so on, I can be reached there. And my socials are available for, follow, share. Yeah. Keep up with me.
Keep up with her.
me.
Kenji Lawrence, indeed. And so you could be the first promoter to book Kenji. You could be the first somebody who's putting on something somewhere. If you wanted to come sing near your location, contact her indeed. Kenji Lawrence at iCloud.com, and you'll certainly be finding a talent and giving an opportunity to an amazing voice who's been writing, now living it out for all of us to see and enjoy as well. Kenji, thank you so much for joining us. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
My Joy is available online. Just go out and get your copy of it today and enjoy the beat, the Afro beat and the positivity of My Joy by Kenji. Look for it online. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Tune in live on CBC TV8 Tuesday, March 3rd at 10 a.m. AST for the Caribbean Development Bank's 2026 Annual News Conference. Hear directly from the bank's leadership as they outline priority actions to boost resilience, growth, and sustainable development for all Caribbean people. Be sure to join us.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our
Good morning to you.
28 minutes after 6 o'clock now as we turn our attention to the K-Phil campus. Don't be scared. It's not eerie, it's not strange. It's not a place from which you should reside. Actually, it's a place that you should go. And we're going into, with you right now, the Faculty of Science and Technology, where so many opportunities for learning are really affordable and afforded many of us, indeed, across the region and across the world, as a matter of fact. So joining me this morning is the Dean of the Faculty, in Dr. Shane Austin. Dr. Austin, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Pearson. Just one correction, Deputy Dean.
Okay, Deputy Dean, my apologies, but I'm already prophesying for you. All right, Deputy Dean. And so you brought a couple of students with you in Brooke O'Neill and Malia Roach, who are both students of food science. Let's talk a little bit about the faculty, Deputy Dean. What is some of the core areas that the faculty offers?
Yeah, so thanks for first bringing out that question, Pearson. I think one of the key things that people think when they think science and technology, they think a lot of the sciences that they hear, like for instance in CXE, when they do CAPE or CSEC. But I think the science faculty offers a lot more than that. We have two primarily undergraduate-centered teaching departments, one which is computer science, maths, and physics. That department offers what you hear in the name, but in addition, they also offer programs in electronics, for instance, and there are lots of opportunities for students to take on very specialized subset courses in those areas. The other undergraduate teaching department is the Biological and Chemical Sciences teaching department, and that department really focuses also on what the name says. Under the Biological Sciences, there are lots of different opportunities for students to explore in terms of their undergraduate study. So you have biology, biochemistry, ecology, you also have microbiology. There's environmental science as well, which is really growing over the past few years, and also chemistry. Outside of the undergraduate teaching, which would be your first degree, we have postgraduate offerings in both departments, and we also have a postgraduate center which offers very specialized, very niche education in terms of natural resource and environmental studies and their management.
And so this week you're exploring all that's possible within the faculty, and you're giving people an opportunity to not just know, but sharing the information about how one can be a part of that faculty. So for those parents who are watching today say, but this little brainiac I have in my house, this is where you're going. So talk to them about the entry, what it was required for entry into the faculty.
Yes, so I think to enter the faculty, it depends on which level you're entering at, whether it's that first degree undergraduate level or whether it's a postgraduate degree you're looking to pursue. If you're entering at the undergraduate level, the most basic requirements, of course, would be mathematics and English language. But in addition to that, to enter the Faculty of Science and Technology, you do need 2 science subjects. Those could be fashioned in the same way like the classical science subjects, biology, chemistry, physics, but they could also be fashioned in things like information technology, geography, and there are a few other subjects that we do accept as science subjects to allow students entry into the faculty. At the postgraduate level, we're looking for persons who already have a first degree, so you've already completed a bachelor's degree, or you're coming in with some type of very dedicated, very niche workplace experience that really positions you to excel in the program that you want to apply for. We offer both research and taught degrees, so what that means is if you're coming to do a master's, there are options to actually continue that kind of classroom experience where you do courses and you sign up for courses and so on, and there are also opportunities to just come and innovate, do something new, discover something new, and those are the research-based degrees.
They tell us we should never stop learning. We cannot stop learning indeed. So Brooke, you're in food and science. Talk to me a little bit about why you chose to register for that course.
Yes, so I fell in love with food science when I took microbiology of food. That was in my second year, taught by one of my favorite lecturers, Dr. Kelly Brathwaite. And it just opened my eyes. I have a lot of allergies, and I also wanted to learn about food spoilage, food production, and stuff like that. So through microbiology of food, I started falling in love with it. And then through another course, Professional Placement of Biologists, that's a summer course given to us by UE. And you essentially hand in your CV and your professors reach out on behalf of you. And I got an internship at HiPAT Limited, where I worked very closely with Mr. Edward Messiah and QA/QC assistants, Ms. Shanicia Mears and Mr. Hugh Christmas. And that made me fall in love even more with food safety, food science. So on speaking with Dr. Brathwaite, she really encouraged me to go for the food science minor, and that's why I got into it, because it captured me. It really did. Yeah.
It makes sense. After all, you had food allergies.
Yes, very much so. Very much so.
Malia, what about you? What was it that got you involved and interested in becoming a scientist in this way?
Well, initially I decided to do the courses because, you know, I need the extra 3 credits in order to have my full load. But after doing the courses, I really fell in love with it. I think it was food processing and directed by Dr. Singh. She really combined both the business and the food aspect of all things included in food processing, and that made me really fall in love with it a lot more.
How difficult is it though? Because oftentimes we think university, oh my goodness, you'll go mad because there's so much to balance at the same time. How is it for you?
Honestly, it was a little challenging at first, being able to, especially the business aspect. I've been doing sciences for a very long time, since CSEC level, so it was a little challenging for me to step out of that headspace. But I feel like once you have a good support system around you, like lecturers and your friends as well, you would do pretty okay.
And so, Brooke, we study to an end. We know that this is either going to mean employment,
yes,
or otherwise. So what is it that you're hoping to eventually be once you're completed your studies?
Right. So I was telling Dr. Shane this actually yesterday. I really want to get into food auditing, as well as quality control and quality assurance. So while I was at HiPAT, they were undergoing a HACCP audit, which is a specific standard in the food industry, hazard analysis, critical control point. And again, it captured me like that. So I really want to get into food auditing, quality control, food safety and such. So I'm hoping to pursue my master's in food science and go from there.
You make it sound so fascinating. You know, who would have thought that could be so fascinating? What about you, Malia?
Honestly, it's only my second year, so I'm not 100% sure where I want to take it, but as it stands now, I'm just willing to learn everything I possibly can and hopefully have a future in it. Yes, please.
Wow. And so, Dr. Shane, let's talk a little bit about how long is a course to be, so that people get a sense of how they apportion their time and their life.
So I think, Pearson, a really important thing when we're talking about length of time, because lots of people have that question, and it's a really important one because people need to plan out various aspects of their life. So generally, students will be taken into the university for either what's called a 4-year degree or a 3-year degree. The 4-year degree would be persons who are entering that don't have all of the complete requirements. So those would be the requirements that I kind of explained earlier. You don't have A levels, you just have CSEC subjects. That's fine. We take you in and we'll allow you to do basically what we call like almost a level 0, a first year that really brings you to the level that you need to be in your respective discipline, whether that's computer science, biology, chemistry, wherever it is you want to go, will help give you those skills and that education to really bring you to the equivalent of if you had been to some tertiary institution, whether that's sixth form or BCC. Those two options in terms of entry are basically how most persons enter. You might have persons who have qualifications outside of the region, and then we assess those usually on a case-by-case basis. In terms of the postgraduate level, that really depends a lot on the degree you're doing. Our postgraduate degrees for a top master's can range anything from 1 year up to 18 months, and you may have some research degrees, depending on if it's a master's or if it's a PhD, that can range anywhere from 2 years going upward.
Do you have on board some international students as well?
That's a really good question, Pearson. So we want to encourage as a campus really that kind of internationalization, encouraging persons from all around the globe to come and experience the culture of the Caribbean and Barbados. So we do have students who do choose to take either a semester abroad or even sometimes a year abroad. They come from their respective universities and they spend that time at Cave Hill. There are also students who just choose to actually study in Barbados. It's a beautiful place, it's paradise. So people choose to come here and study here as well, and we're very thankful for those individuals. And specifically in our department, we do have exchange programs where students come over the summer period from their university. We have a great program called the BITS program of McGill University, where students from McGill University come and they actually spend some time here in the summer studying our courses, doing a few of their courses, and really kind of getting to know about the unique things that are centered in Caribbean life.
Is there anything special you're doing this week? Because this is your week, your faculty's week. And so I'm sure you want to open up and allow the public to come and taste and see what happens.
Yes, so thanks so much for that, Pearson. I think one of the things that we really want to encourage the public to do is come and experience what it's like to be a science student at the KFIL campus. So during the period of this week, we're going to have a number of activities, what we call these virtual taster classes, which gives students who might be at A level or somewhere else in their career trajectory an opportunity to kind of sit in on a university level class. Those classes are some of our most basic classes, and hopefully people will come and experience and hear something that they're familiar with, and have that interest piqued in coming to the university. In addition to that, we also this evening between 6 and 8 are having a virtual question and answer segment, and that's really important for those people that you were speaking to at the start of this session. Those people who they're not sure if university education is for them, they're not sure exactly what the offerings are and what's the best program. They have an idea about a career, but they're not really sure, how do I get into that career? I'm not quite sure what I'm doing now. The subjects I'm doing will lead me to where I want to go or lead me to enter the program I want to enter. That's a perfect opportunity to come out and ask those questions. I'm going to be there, the dean of the faculty will be there, the other deputy deans, the heads of the department will be there. So it's really an opportunity to interface with some of the people who are best positioned to help you figure out how to get on that path. Other activities that we're having a virtual alumni event, which is an opportunity for us to connect with some of our alumni who've gone off and done some amazing things, and for prospective students to kind of find out from alumni, not just our current students, not just from the faculty, but from people who've actually gone through the entire program and have seen the other side, what the benefits of that program have been, and what the benefits to actually studying science at the KFIL campus have been.
So to get online, you go to the website.
Yes.
Get all the
so please go to the University of West Indies website. You can also contact our marketing and communications department by just calling the switchboard on campus. Also, you can reach us at any of our social media platforms, so on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media. We do have all the information related to all the open taster activities on those platforms.
And while you were talking, we were just showing folks on the screen, folks, look and see. And you'll get a chance to see for yourself all that we've been talking about so far for the morning and beyond, indeed. And so, Brooke, when it comes to balance, because life is about balance, as is science. And so, how do you manage your time enough to have fun?
So that is definitely a challenge for me, as I am in my final year. It is definitely a challenge. The best way to do it is just time management. Slotting out specific time slots for work, for fun, going to the beach, which I haven't done in quite some time. So it's all about time management and making time for yourself, as well as putting effort into your degree. Yeah.
But I asked the question, Malia, I saw you smiling. Because for you, no doubt, you're probably also struggling a little bit with balance.
Yes, please. So that, similar to Brooke, is also a big challenge for me. Sometimes I don't have time to go out with friends, but I believe, especially those who are also in the same programs with me, we make wise use of our time. So when we have it, we like to sit and just catch up with one another, just to check in and stuff like that. So then not always about work, but we are able to slot in time for each other as well.
Wow, there it is. Folks, there's so much happening in the Faculty of Science and Technology at the University of the West Indies at KFIL. And so this evening, what time? 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock this evening, but you go online right now, go to the university's website and you get to see when and where and how, all of those kinds of things, and log in. Have your questions ready. Answer the questions that Brooke and Malia had from the very beginning, and so get the answers indeed from the experts like the Deputy Dean and others indeed. So don't waste the time. Grab hold of this opportunity now in this week to find out a whole lot more about the Faculty of Science and Technology at the UWI, and begin not just thinking about it, but moving towards the process of registering to be a part of the courses that are offered within. There's so many and they're so diverse. Don't just look at science and technology alone. Look beneath that and you see all of the different areas that they tackle. Food science, all of that they do. Simply because Brooke said she was led to it by her food allergy. And so whatever it is that inspires you, let that lead you into the Faculty of Food and Science, Faculty of Science and Technology this week by finding out a whole lot more online all week long. They're open and they're waiting to respond to all of your questions and guide you in the ways that you need to. Deputy Dean, Dr. Shane Archer, thank you so much for joining us. Brooke O'Neill and Malia Roach, thank you, ladies. I wish you best with all of your future studies and your future endeavors as well.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much indeed. We have a question for you. of the day. And that question as we get ready to go to break is, which parenting approach best works today? Which parenting approach works best today? Could it be gentle parenting, structured discipline, as in no lashes, therapy-informed parenting, the old school way, you know, spare the rod, spoil the child, all of those kinds of things? Is that it, or all of the above? You think on those things. When we come back, we'll discuss those things and a whole lot more. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
14 to the hour now. That question of the day remains and it informs really what we're going to be talking about right now. And I hope that as we do, that you jump in with your responses. Remember, I encourage you always to post your responses online on Facebook and YouTube as well. We can't wait to read them because Janae Green is a social worker with the Supreme Council for Personal Development. And so we're looking today at our parenting style. The parenting style. Are we too permissive? Or are we just destructive of those little ones for whom we have responsibility? Janae, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Which one do you sit on? Which side do you sit on?
I don't necessarily sit on a side. I sit in the position where you must use a parenting style that works best for your child. And I think in our current society, because parenting has changed in the ways, the approach to it, right now the parenting style is to just not parent your child. And I think there is such a divide in choosing one side, not recognizing that parenting is a multifaceted approach, and to just choose one label to determine the entire course of the way you approach your child is unreasonable. And that approach, if you start that way, it's not going to work well for you.
So it depends on the situation.
Yes.
Your style will vary depending on the situation.
And even your child. You may have multiple children and parent each child differently because their needs and their personalities are just different.
Many of us in my vintage, not yours, have grown up Lloyd. Listen, spare that rod, you spoil that child. Here, deal with the child. And so, how effective has that approach been?
I believe in times past, saying that we had children who grew up respecting the authority of their parents, it was effective to an extent. But now with the current mindset and generation of children who are very intelligent at a very young age, who understand critical thinking from a very young age. Children as young as 2 years old could unlock tablets and connect to Wi-Fi. I believe with this current generation and upcoming generations is not as effective because corporal punishment tends to undermine the intelligence of children themselves, and it forces children to walk in a path that they haven't thought about. And I know, very controversial. This is very controversial, and that's okay, Barbados, buckle in, we'll go together.
Yes.
But I personally believe that right now, our parents are more parenting from an emotional place as opposed to a place of understanding and empathy. A lot of parents are trying not to be the parents they had, are trying to be the parents they had, as opposed to creating a whole new concept of what their child needs. I personally believe that the way corporal punishment works now is that it is an emotional response. No one lashes their children calmly. No one picks up a belt very calmly and collectedly and just walks to their child. No, it's a very aggressive experience. It's a very traumatic experience. And I think that has actually, and persons may disagree, and that's permissible, that has actually fed into the level of violence we see now, because you're teaching your child, if you're angry, you lash out, you get aggressive, you do something that causes pain emotionally or physically on someone else. And I personally believe that that has severely impacted our children, especially our boys. If you look at the way boys are in especially secondary schools, when they're flogged, they get upset. There's nothing they can do about it. And then they go and do something else in anger to get out that emotion that they are feeling because of what they experience. And this is a new approach to understanding parenting and disciplining children. So it may not be received with as much open arms because it challenges the mindsets of Bajans. And that's completely okay. And my aim here is just for us to start talking about it. So we're talking about it, and as you encourage others, they can talk about it as well.
All right. The child has changed, circumstances have changed, and so therefore our parenting style and approach ought to change too. And what you saw as my administering some lashes was that I was being angry.
Yeah.
And I need to reassess myself. What do you see at the Supreme Council for Parenting, for Personal Development as the responses to the parents' anger?
Angry children. We see children who are unregulated, dysregulated, who do not understand how to process their own emotions. And they have learned by watching other persons in their household that if you are angry, you lash out. And a lot of parents don't realize that if you're a child, so a child develops personality by the age of 7. So if your child is doing something completely contrary to what you want under the age of 7, they probably saw it somewhere. They probably saw it with you. So we are realizing that angry parents create angry or maybe angrier children, and they don't know how to regulate that emotion. So it comes out in the weirdest ways, in the most aggressive ways, and sometimes the most upsetting ways. But that can be combated with regulation. And it's hard because if you see a child at like a teenage age, say a 13-year-old, especially 13-year-old boys, at that stage, they've been living that way for a decade, nearly a decade and a half. So to rewrite the way their brain processes will be very, very difficult, especially if they're going back to an environment that still does the same thing.
Let's remind folks of the question of the day. Listen up, folks. The question of the day today is, I really want you to weigh in on this. Parenting in 2026. Which parenting approach works best today? Is it gentle parenting? And I want you to define that for me in a minute, Janae. Is it structured discipline where there are no lashes? I guess it's all taught. Is it therapy-informed parenting where, you know, you want to engage in therapy to help you parent the child? Or is it the old school way, I will not spare the rod because you need a good lash? Is that your style? Is that the style that best is suited to today? That's it. So get involved. Give me your answers right away, because Janae will be able to help guide us through this from her experience as a social worker, so that we find the happy medium where the child is the one who benefits in a significant way and not destroyed by our particular approach that we decided to adopt. Gentle parenting, what's that?
I believe when it started, it was an emotionally responsive way to parent a child based on their emotional needs. However, if you see it on social media, it's more of a permissive parenting style now. It has grown into this, because I can't discipline the child in the way that is common, I just let them do whatever they want. That's not parenting. That's literally not parenting.
That's giving up.
That's literally just throwing in the towel. The child raises themselves. But gentle parenting is supposed to be an emotionally responsive way that you parent a child based on their emotional needs.
Based on their... And you see, for a lot of parents, that's a challenge, you know. Because I'm the parent.
Yes.
You are the child.
Exactly.
You don't guide me, I guide you. And that's it. You know, you hear that a lot. I brought you into this world, I can take you out.
Which is a very concerning thing to tell a child. Like, because then the child has no... So my perspective on corporal punishment. So this is the root of it. Let's go back a couple steps and then go forward. Obedience due to fear and force is just compliance. So when the fear disappears, so will the obedience. And that's what we're seeing. A generation of children who no longer fear adults because the respect was supposed to be rooted in this fear. So now there's no respect because there is no fear. So most persons believe, we as human beings, if you intimidate a human being, they are more likely to do what you want. So when you tell a child, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. So now the child no longer thinks they're safe because you have basically told them, if needed, I might just take you out of this world. And emotionally, to hear that, very dysregulating, very concerning, it can make a child feel very unsafe because...
For the parents, you're reminding the child that there are boundaries here.
Yes.
There are consequences here, which is fine, don't you think? And so how then do you express those boundaries and consequences without a little bit of fear?
By telling them what the boundaries are and what the consequences are.
And hope that they can process it.
Yes, but I think we as a people fail to understand just how much children can understand. Because if we look across society, as I said before, you have 2-year-olds who can work tablets and put in Wi-Fi passwords, which means their brain processes some level of information. Now, the way you may say it may have to change because you can't speak to a 2-year-old like a 13-year-old, but they do understand. I think the issue we're having is parents who don't take the time to figure out how to translate it across the different age categories.
You think it's that simple?
No, but...
Don't you think they're willful children?
Oh, for sure.
Who have their... Okay, then. So then you understand, right?
Yes.
Why sometimes you don't spare the rod.
Yes.
Are you okay with that? How then do you balance that then? Because a little bit of what we call discipline with a lash can go a long way.
But that's what I'm saying, that it requires you to know yourself and know your child. A lot of parents don't know their own selves. So you may not know what you are able to handle, what your child is able to handle, and you just apply a blanket type approach to parenting because that's what everybody does. So that's what I do too. Not recognizing that it is supposed to be a personal thing. So you have to determine yourself what works for your child. And the same way how I can't tell you what your needs are, the child's needs are valid. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying yours aren't either, because it's a hard responsibility to raise a whole human being. You are responsible for this whole life, this whole soul. But it does require you recognizing that your needs are important and the needs of the child is important, and finding a bridge where you can effectively do your responsibility, fulfill your obligation, and that they still feel valued and cared for as an individual.
There's circumstances and situations where parents are apart. So at house A, I do the gentle parenting. At house B, I do not do the gentle parenting. And the child is in the middle. I can see right away who suffers.
Yeah.
I get it. But how do we, and I know you're not into relationship building here for that reason, but how do we find the happy medium so the child is not left out and caught in the grinder?
adults must have conversations and recognize that they are responsible here. So even if the parents are not in a relationship, you both pour into this child. So therefore you must have some level of commonality in how you do that. And hard conversations have to be had. Compromises may have to be made, but never at the sake of the child's life. So even if it makes you uncomfortable, we will process through that, but the child.
Very early you can see the child's character beginning to form, and it doesn't always align with what you want or the values that you have espoused.
Yes.
What do you do at that point so that you don't find yourself in a combative mode always with this child?
You have the hard conversations early. A lot of times we think if we leave something, it will fizzle out eventually. That's not how it works. If you see something farming, nip it in the bud. Address it. Talk to the child about it. Find a way to communicate that information to them. And it may require more than one conversation, more than one approach. But address things early. A lot of times we leave it and maybe it might fizzle out. No, that's not how it works. Address it early.
But there are all sorts of things around that help to shape that child other than the house alone. And so yes, I find this child, I have talk, I share, I show them boundaries, I show them possibilities. If they don't change, yet they don't change, what then as a frustrated parent ought I do to do?
And that's where a place like Supreme Counseling would come into play.
That's where the therapy-based counseling
Yes,
comes
exactly.
in.
Because parenting, raising a child, as we say, it takes a village. So it's not on you, just you. Obviously, you carry the brunt of it because you're their parent. But if you realize you need assistance, reach out into your social spaces, find different avenues. There are people, there's organizations, there's groups willing to assist. But a lot of times, it's hard to find them and it's hard to ask for help. But if you realize that you are getting to that point where you actually can't go any further and you feel like there's no growth, reach out for assistance.
Tell people how to reach out, where to find you.
So Supreme Counseling, we are on social media. We are on Instagram, Supreme Counseling. We also have a website. And right now, off the top of my head, I can't remember the number. But if you were to check out the Instagram page, all of the information we provided for you right there. Right there. And we are in the age of social media, so there's no problem. There should be no quandary with that. But there, we can provide you with assistance. You can call our secretary, and then she would refer you to the relevant persons. But we have a multifaceted approach to youth development. So I am actually a group facilitator at secondary schools. So I go into secondary schools for a period and do behavioral modification and emotional regulation, self-awareness sessions. And that's just one area. We also do group counseling. We also do individual counseling. So reach out and find out what we have available, and how it could work for you.
Well done, well said. Janae Green, who is a social worker with Supreme Counseling for Personal Development. Look on your screen, you will see their social media page right there. That's Facebook, I believe it is. And all of the information that guides you right to where they are is right there. It's available to you. And so parenting, this is not easy, we know, but it's not impossible for change. And so reach out to Supreme Counseling for Personal Development and let them help you manage your difficult situations when they do occur. Let's break some of the generational trauma that we've all suffered from by sometimes not being permissive and saying, you know, well, they treated me this way, I shall now give the child the opposite. That's not necessarily good parenting alone. But in those parenting sessions, they talk to you, the parent, they also help you manage the child. Because until you first are able to control yourself, you can't control that little one for whom you have responsibility. So, Supreme Counseling for Personal Development. Find them on their socials. As Janae says, if you check out Instagram, all that you need is right there, indeed. So we encourage you to reach out to them today and make a difference. Thank you so much, Janae.
Thank you as well.
You're very welcome. Morning Barbados is right back right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved. but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Tune in live on CBC TV8 Tuesday, March 3rd at 10 a.m. AST for the Caribbean Development Bank's 2026
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Here's the news now. A warning to Barbadians to brace for the fallout from raging wars around the globe. It comes from Finance Minister Ryan Strawn, who is also a Member of Parliament for Christchurch East Central. He delivered the message while speaking at the Vauxhall Methodist Church, where he joined the congregation to give thanks for his recent win. Pointing to the US and Israel's attack on Iran, as well as conflicts in other parts of the world, Minister Strawn said decisions may have to be taken at the national level to reflect what is happening.
And what us today might very well be a set of circumstances that are completely beyond our control. But I want all of you to know that Barbados has a voice in the world. We may not be able to solve everybody's problem at the same time, but we are confident that with the leadership that we have been able to demonstrate so far, that we can make life better for these young people that we see here in this congregation this morning and those across the country. But it means that each of us at the appropriate time must be prepared to make whatever sacrifice in order to ensure that we can give to the next generation.
This minister, who is expected to deliver government's estimates of revenue and expenditure statement today, says having successfully overcome the challenges of COVID-19, the ashfall and 2 hurricanes within the past 7 years, he believes nothing can break the Barbadian spirit. He says the government remains committed to leading the country through good and challenging times.
And therefore, irrespective of what is happening outside, I ask you, the residents of Christchurch East Central, to stay focused, stay together with the rest of the country, and to ensure that we can keep this place safe, that we can continue to work together to ensure that we do that which we know is right for Barbados and for the rest of the world.
Strawn also took time to extend gratitude to those who supported him in his campaign, and he pledged to continue serving his constituency to the best of his ability. As government continues to place heavy focus on food security, Prime Minister Mayor Amor Motley wants to see more people involved in the agricultural sector. She says this is becoming increasingly important amid geopolitical developments across the world. The Prime Minister was speaking during a tour of Agro Fest at the weekend. Anesta Henry has more.
The Prime Minister says Barbados is set to partner with agriculture-rich Suriname, specifically in terms of investment in agricultural opportunities. She says Suriname is where the labs are located, which Barbados and other CARICOM countries use to assess agricultural products for export.
And therefore, I want to be able to ensure that our countries work closer together. Suriname also has, most Bajans don't know this, one of the largest per capita freshwater resources in the entire world. And therefore, they are well placed to be an anchor for the Caribbean community in terms of food security, along with Guyana, along with Belize.
Prime Minister Motley says the time has come for Barbados to be able to feed itself.
Even after what has happened today on the other side of the world, it just reinforces the point that we really need to make sure that we can feed ourselves. During World War II, we were not able to get food from the rest of the world, and Bajans came to eat what the old people call big grain rice. If I ask most young people what big grain rice is, they don't know. Big grain rice was in fact sweet potato.
Suriname's President Jennifer Gerlins-Simmons says her country is placing greater emphasis on food processing and producing more agriculture products. She points out that, like Barbados, Suriname is also paying more attention to food security and decreasing imports.
Many people have forgotten the good things we have in our own lands, and now I saw some products here and some that we also have started to make in Suriname. So I'm very glad that I've been able to watch and see and experience this. And Barbados and Suriname can really work together, specifically on the agricultural side, to produce and to process.
Regarding Agro Fest, Prime Minister Motley applauds the turnout, noting it is bigger than last year. She is also impressed with the products and the services available.
We also were very impressed with the work being done by the university with the landless chickens. Yes. And in fact, we have agreed that this is what we would want to be able to provide for the One Family program.
Meanwhile, Barbados's new Minister of Agriculture, Food and Nutritional Security, Dr. Shantel Monronite, is set to make official visits to Suriname and Guyana in 2 weeks. Anesta Henry, CBC News.
Well, gasoline and diesel have both increased by 2 cents per litre from midnight. Gasoline now retails at $3.79 a litre and diesel $3.27. Meanwhile, the price of kerosene has risen by 10 cents, moving from $1.53 a litre. Liquefied petroleum gas is now being sold at a 100-pound cylinder for $164.17, a 25-pound cylinder, $46.14, a 2-pound cylinder, $40.77, and the 20-pound cylinder, $37.06. A 30-year-old woman got the shock of her life and was left seeking medical attention yesterday after a rotting palm tree fell on her vehicle. Jalissa Mears, who lives in Country Park, St. Michael, had just left home and was sitting in traffic waiting for the traffic lights to change on Country Road when that tree fell on her car just outside of the National Housing Corporation. She told CBC News she is still shaken from the incident.
Waiting in traffic because there was just traffic here, so I was just waiting, and then as I was about to move, the tree just came down on top of the car. Honestly, I still haven't mentally recovered from it. I'm honestly still shaken up, and it took me a while. Other people had to come to get me because I was in shock. I really could not move.
Let's look at sports now. The West Indies have missed out on a semi-final berth in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup after losing their final Super 8s match yesterday to hosts India at Eden Gardens. Set into bat, the Windies posted 195 for 4, led by Roston Chase 40 and an unbroken 76-run fifth wicket partnership between Jason Holder 37 and Robman Powell 34. Jasprit Bumrah took 2 for 36. Well, the Windies ended Group 1 of the Super 8s in third place on 2 points behind South Africa and India. The semi-finals will begin on Wednesday. That will be New Zealand versus South Africa. That's a look at news and sports. We'll have more news at 12 noon. Morning Barbados is right back right after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Tune in live on CBC TV8 Tuesday, March 3rd at 10 a.m. AST for the Caribbean Development Bank's 2026 Annual News Conference. Hear directly from the bank's leadership as they outline priority actions to boost resilience, growth, and sustainable development for all Caribbean people. Be sure to join us.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One. Your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning morning to you.
90 minutes after 7 o'clock now. I've traveled a lot. I've been many places, but I don't think I've ever been one place more than perhaps 3 times. This man who we're talking to now has come to Barbados now over 20 times. Isn't that shocking? Is that your habit? Is this something you've done before? His name is Robert Proctor. Robert, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I am all right. How are you doing? Over 20 times?
Over 22 years and probably 27 times because I've island hopped as well. So yeah.
Wow. What is it about this place that brings you back?
I love the people. I love the culture of the island. I love the ZRs. I just love everything about Barbados. But I come here on a budget.
Yes.
I love finding a lovely, cheap accommodation. I'm not into the fancy hotels. I'm here to enjoy Barbados, not spend my money on in the expensive hotels.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so you find the right accommodation and you find the right experiences that bring you back every time.
Yeah, I'm not your typical tourist.
Yes, clearly.
So I go to the farms, I visit the farms, I've been to the dairies, Pine Hill Dairies. I've been here before, actually, by the way, look at that, Pearson, I found that from 14 years ago.
This is my business card. Oh, my worship. Wow.
And then one of your colleagues, I've just been told he's no longer here.
That's right, he's no longer here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I came here for a tour of CBC for my 50th birthday approximately 14 years ago. So that's when I was last here. Yeah.
Oh, word. And so this is what you do.
Yeah.
Generally, as a traveler, this is how you travel. On a budget.
On a budget.
And to experience whatever happens in the spaces that you go.
Yeah, exactly.
And so when you compare the Barbadian experience with experiences you've had in other places where you've done such traveling, how do we compare?
I always rate Barbados my second home, always. I just love Barbados. I think because of the island's size, everything's within a few miles. You've only got to walk 2 minutes and you've got a bus. You've got the Parliament buildings down the road, where if I'm back in the UK, I'm going to travel 150 miles to the Parliament buildings or something massive in London, because I'm 170 miles up in the countryside. So, yeah.
So everything's accessible?
Everything's accessible, yeah.
You talked about the ZR culture. You talked about...
I know.
What about it do you like? Because for us, it's a totally different experience.
Well, they're mad. They're absolutely mad. But there's some friendly drivers and all willing to talk. That's what I like about the Bayesian. Everybody's willing to talk. I mean, yes, I'm staying over in Enterprise, so it's a new accommodation for me. And I took a 10-minute walk towards South Point.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get to South Point though, because I stopped talking to a guy who was sitting taking in the morning sun, so I interviewed that guy.
Yes.
And absolutely fantastic. Everybody's willing to talk. Small children, good morning. Everybody's willing to talk, and that's what I like about it. Back in the UK, if you speak to somebody in London, they think you're mad.
Yes.
Yeah, they really do.
Wow. The foods, what kinds of foods have you tried from here?
Oh, now I've got to have the flying fish.
Oh yes, you're talking good stuff.
The flying fish, salads, yeah. And my favourite drink, no alcohol.
No alcohol?
I don't drink alcohol.
Here's your brother.
Good.
Yes. So then you don't drink alcohol, but what's your favourite?
Coconut water. Fresh coconut water is...
From the guys on the street?
Yeah, the guys on the streets, when they crack that, crack that open, and the jelly as well.
I was just coming to that.
It's good to keep you young, you see.
Yes. And that's why.
Yeah, it is.
And so, talk to me about the feeling you get as you hear, ladies and gentlemen, please bring your seats up to upright and so on, because we're approaching Barbados. And you look through the window and you see what emotions overcome you.
I'm back home. I'm back home. The sunshine, the warmth, the friendliness that I don't get back at home, you know. It's absolutely brilliant. But I've got to thank one gentleman, that is Terry Moore, who has supported me ever since I came here. My favourite beach is Maxwell Beach, which has long been swallowed up by the gigantic sandals.
Yes.
So I was really against that, because that was the last wooded area of the island. But I still go down to the very small beach towards Butterfly Beach, there where I'll meet Dennis, and Dennis will be roasting me a breadfruit and catching me a fish out of the sea 2 or 3 times during my stay. That's a wonderful experience. Mixing with those local people is right up my street.
You know them by name. That's
I
so
do.
interesting.
They'll
Everyone
know
by
me
name.
by name as well. There's so many people coming out and they say, "Hi Rob, you're back again." I've had that already.
You even go into our churches.
Oh look, I'm over there.
Yeah.
Oh, you spotted that. Now, that was the Bethel Church in Bridgetown.
That's right, Bethel Methodist.
And I was just walking past the other
And it was
afternoon. And well, he was open and he was training. And I just heard this beautiful music and I walked in, "Come on in." So he played me a couple of hymns.
Nice.
And yeah, that is wonderful. Thanks for sharing that.
And there you are testing yourself on the steel pan as well?
Oh, that was, gosh, yes, that was, you found all my information already, haven't you?
Yes, indeed.
Wow, thanks. Yeah, the steel drum.
So that's what you love to do. You meet people who smile, and that
Absolutely.
makes you feel at home.
Yeah.
But what do you say when you return to the UK about Barbados and your experience in Barbados?
I always recommend it. People must try it. The one thing is, though, back in the UK, some people can't stand the heat. That's something that I've got accustomed to. So I get quite cold when I get back home. But I've now started to call me later in the year. I used to come January and February, but now obviously March, because I'm then going back into warmer weather. But yeah, I always recommend Barbados for anybody.
Barbados for anyone.
Yeah.
And so the children, our experience, and I agree with you, because sometimes we live in a space and we don't quite see what our guests see. When I see children dressed beautifully in their school uniforms, there's nothing like it.
There isn't.
Quite right. There really isn't anything like it. Looking immaculate and making their way to education. That, I think, is something about which we're really, really proud. And I see you waiting to say something.
I know. I just find everybody, they're also well-mannered. They're walking patiently with their parents. And they will just say good morning without being prompted. That is absolutely a wonderful thing for us to, as a visitor, to see.
That's our level of civility we hope we never lose, ever lose.
I know.
But, you know, we're challenged, obviously, by the influx of those who come with different cultures as well. And so habits will shift, as you would expect, no doubt.
I need to just say something, though, that the new Parliament must sort out the road system. The road system from the airport right into Bridgetown has been a mess for all the years I've been coming. That really needs putting right.
Over 27 visits and still not right.
The roads are not right. The potholes, they went some flyovers around. There's too many queues at peak times. Yeah.
Trust me, we feel it.
Okay.
We know exactly what you speak. And so I know that there are plans to really take time to really address that concern as well.
Yeah, it does.
We want it as well.
Do. And I'll remember one lady when I first come to Barbados a few years ago, and she gave me a tip and she said, "Young man," she said, "you go to bed with the hens and wake up with the cockerel."
That's right.
And I took that advice.
There you go, that's right. Rest is important. Balance. It's all about balance at the end of the day. And so for a man from the UK who doesn't drink alcohol at all, that for a lot of people is quite stunning.
Well, occasionally.
Well,
not very
Not that
often.
much,
Yeah.
not that much. Outside of travel, what else does Robert Proctor like to do?
I collect vintage milking machines.
Really?
Yeah, so I've retired from milking cows last August after almost 54 years. I have had a passion for milking machines, so I display those at local rallies back in Cheshire, where I come from. And walking and talking again, mixing with people and videoing and Facebooking my travels. That's what I do.
Wow, that's the way to live.
Yeah.
You're now retired, so you're
Well, no,
really-
I'm not retired.
You said?
So I'm retired from milking cows, but I'm still 19 years I was in retail, so I do retail customer service, and I also do a little bit of gardening as well, a couple of days. So I'm still working 4 days a week, but I've just retired from farming.
Oh, just the farming portion of it.
Yeah.
And you enjoy it so well. You look well.
Thank you.
We thank you for coming to Barbados so many times and for telling others about us and for showing through what you do on your socials the benefits. of coming to Barbados, the beauty of Barbados, the brilliance of the people of Barbados, and just how warm and welcoming we truly are. I'm sure the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporators are so pleased with you and your work in assisting them.
Well, I will tell you this. So I was at Agro Fest yesterday. That was right up my street. A brilliant day there, and I've got myself an invite to a bee farm up in St George. So I'm going to go up there in the next few weeks. So,
have you been to the very tippy-top north of the island?
I have.
Talk to me.
I haven't stayed there for long, but
Do you like it?
I do.
I ask for a reason. I'm from the north of the island.
Oh, are you?
Very tippy-top north of the island,
yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about.
The locals say it's too far.
That's what they say.
They say it's too far. 31 miles from north to south. Get a life, guys. What's up with you?
40 minutes and you're there at the most, and that's in traffic.
So in 2016 as well, I also did the Great Train Hike. So that was, I think, took me about 7 hours, which I was chuffed a bit doing. But then somebody pointed out, you see that gentleman over there? He's 91 years and he beat you by half an hour. So that took the edge off it for me.
That's our life. That's our life here. Goodness, what an experience. He's traveling back and forth to Barbados. This is one of our viewers in the UK, United States. And she says, enjoy. She wants you to keep on enjoying Barbados.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Bravo, Rob. Avalon Moore is saying to you indeed.
Oh, right. There's a few messages coming on, is it?
Yes, messages that are popping in.
That'll be Terry Moore, good old Terry. He's looked after me since the day when I came here back in probably 23, 24, I think. 03, 04, yeah.
Right, wow.
So, yeah, he's a great guy.
And so is this him that you're talking about right now?
No, that was the guy from the church yesterday morning, down in, oh gosh, what was his name? I've forgotten his name now.
But you remember the area?
Yeah, that was yesterday morning. Yesterday morning I did that interview.
Oh, just yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's fine. And you're so fun.
Thank you.
And we thank you for coming to be a part of our experience as well.
Thank you for having me.
It to the rest of the world. Oh, we thank you.
Okay.
We truly thank you. And keep doing what you're doing well.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All the very best. Thank you.
Likewise. His name is Robert Proctor. He has been visiting to Barbados now over 20 years, but he's had so far 27 visits. That's a lifetime for a lot of people indeed. And so for that lifetime, he continues to tell the story of why we are so special. And if it takes a guest to remind us, we are reminded today. Morning Barbados comes right back after this.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow.
Morning, morning, good morning, good to you.
This journey started because I wanted to know about the Barbadian filmmakers that went before me. I noticed that I knew very little about who they were.
I just completed my preliminary interview with Rita, and that was really impactful.
What they made, what perspectives they had on Barbados and the Barbadian identity, and how those perspectives shape the narratives that they created.
Great outcome of that is that she has agreed to marry her PhD research with my film. Never done that before, don't know how it works, but that's the next step now. Well, okay, I just calling for a quick advice before I start today.
Lady who you saw walking backwards just now is Melissa Green. She is the videographer, she's the student, she is the maker of Filmed, Not Forgotten. And so she joins me right now. You were in my place as part of your documentary.
Yup, right at home. So actually, let me see if I could take you back in a very short but interesting way. So you know, sometimes you are introduced or exposed to something and you don't quite act on it immediately, so it was at the back of my mind, but then the universe decides that this is the moment you pay attention to it, and that was the moment that I decided to research the history of cinema in Barbados, film, and then see how that interacts with identity of Barbadians, or you know, any person that is interacting with the film. So that journey led me to discovering that one of my tutors was the first feature filmmaker from Barbados. Meanwhile, me and him sitting down like this face to face, and he's telling me how to write scripts, and I didn't know that, and I might get a little slap on the wrist for saying that.
That's all right.
But that then led me to find out, okay, what was going on before him? And that led me to CBC to find out what digital or what media existed before his first film.
But that's media. But
Yes.
you're capturing the essence and the feelings of the people. And so in all of that, what did you find out about us?
I'm still on that journey. It's still a very interesting journey of discovery. But the thing that stands out the most to me about discovering identity and identity formation, nation language, dialect, accent, how we speak and converse with each other. I find that to be the thing that sticks out mostly out of everything. And I'm interested to find out what other aspects of identity comes out in Barbados.
In that identity, have we shifted at all in it? Because language changes.
Yes.
And so pronunciations would change.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any nuances at all in change?
That is a good question. I think what I notice and change when I'm looking at film, because that's my area, and still looking at the historical pieces, is more cadence and tone sometimes. I mean, the words, yes, you can see a slight variation, but it's always fun to hear like that real Bajan tone or some Bajan words that you like forgot about. So I realized there is a shift in like cadence in how we speak sometimes, the pace, or yes, some of the words, but I'm still discovering a lot more as I go deep down.
We were told, you know, that people from different parts of this island sounded different.
Yes.
If you're from St. Lucie, you spoke this particular way. If you're from St. George, you pronounce words that way. From St. Philip, and on the pockets.
Yes.
But given development and time, a lot of that has begun to level out somewhat.
Yeah, it's almost like globalization, but in a singular country.
But if we're not careful, we could forget that. Is your film project capturing those things before we lose them?
Yes, to an extent. Nation language is a very big part of it, and seeing how it shifts and changes and our attitudes towards it. That's one thing that I really wanted to point out. Not necessarily the words themselves, but our attitudes towards it. And yes, I'm definitely highlighting that in my film, because I find the way that we speak to be intellectual output, but we're not regarding it that way. And I want to change the mindset of persons that our language is intellectual output and not just a by the way thing.
That's going to take a little while for people to get.
It will. I don't mind. I don't mind climbing that hill.
No problem. Then the landscape.
Yes.
The landscape is also shifting and changing, from housing to roads to all of those kinds of things. Even shopping.
Yeah.
Just the layout of the land is shifting as well.
That's true.
Do you think that enough filmmakers are capturing the change, one, or even capturing the now?
That is a really good question.
Oh dear.
Because when we talk about, because I have so much to say about landscape. When I first got introduced to the idea of representation on screen, we were told about how the Caribbean is very exoticized in our media, in promotional media and in fictional films and stuff like that. And the landscape is really big part of it. And I find that through my educational journey at University of the West Indies at the Faculty of Culture, Creative and Performing Arts, it really opened my eyes to the way representation changes based on the person behind the lens. And I do see that our landscape is being captured, but it depends on who's capturing it, how it's captured, and how it's put out there. And I find it to be very interesting, questioning the persons who are behind the camera or who has the power to shape that representation. But I do think that, yes, we are capturing it as it changes. I do think that.
It'll be interesting to see all of that as a tapestry put together, to see how they overlay,
like
what are the differences. Yes, you get me indeed.
Yes.
But when you have those conversations with the filmmaker, what are the filmmakers sharing with you about their perspectives?
Wow. The first person I talked to was Andrew Millington, right? So his film was, why am I drawing a blank?
Film.
Embarrassing. His film. Yes. Right. Sorry, repeat the question one more time.
What did the filmmakers say about their perspectives?
Yeah, it was really interesting because I asked them, how did they choose to shoot the landscape? And I think a lot of it came from their own personal research and what they wanted to bring out. And what I find interesting about artists is that they're also discovering their own work in a sense. So even in our preliminary interview, the discussion was kind of partially a discovery for him because he's seeing it now through my eyes and the way I see it. So I'm finding that the filmmakers are open to like diving deeper, and they did have a lot of research and meaning behind everything that they did, but they're still finding that more meaning, and that's really interesting for me.
That is also what I find quite interesting.
Yeah.
You drew a blank. I'm also drawing a blank right now because there's a film that we would show on TV8, or we've shown on TV8 with Marvel Manning and Cynthia Wilson. It was a monologue. And with music. I cannot remember the name of the film at the moment. If somebody can hear me and help me, I'll really appreciate it.
Yes.
But it was filmed by a man who worked at the CBC at the time. And I kept thinking, again, perspectives and the like, why did you shoot this in this way? Why did you want to capture these emotions at that time in this way? All of those kinds of questions still pop into my mind, and I keep trying to figure out, what are you doing here? But we got it. And as many years ago as that was done, it is still understood today. And for me, revered today. And I think a lot of times our filmmakers are not mindful of the legacy. Would that be a fair comment?
That is such a conflicted thing in my mind. I think that there's a way where we value ourselves to the extent of the way the environment values us. You know, sometimes a lot of people, a lot of artists, they lead with a lot of passion or a lot of education, a lot of understanding, but if your environment doesn't necessarily foster it the way that you think it should be, you kind of get jaded or you don't push it as hard. So one of the main things that I want to achieve with my film is to bring that same thing that you just talked about alive, where they know and they're aware of the legacy that they're leaving behind because their work is so powerful. It documents, even in fiction, it's documenting the history. You just spoke about the film with Cynthia Wilson and Marvel Manning. I believe when I did my archival walkthrough, Kevin was talking to me about it. The name is not there, but that is a legacy where you can watch something 50 years ago, 5, 10, and today's like, yeah, girl, wait. You know how Bajans when they're like, wait, for true. So I think that that's a magic that will be lost if we do not hold on to it and push it now.
And you're right, and it's important. We have many buildings in this island that are becoming ruins, and I always wondered what Farley Hill, the castle at Farley Hill, looked like. And I know there's a film that was filmed at the then Farley Hill.
Really?
I hunted, and it's on YouTube. I found it so I could get a sense myself of what the Farley Hill looked like, and how the grounds were set up, all of those kinds of things. And it's phenomenal. Filmmakers today, like yourself, are you conscious of documenting history in that way? So that for now, because whether it is the design of the building, the location of the building, just the whole landscape itself, are you ever conscious of that reality?
I think more it's growing, but when you asked that question, I really had to say, well, CBC is doing that in a sense. There's CBC, there's, I don't know if I could, GIS. There are other places that are not necessarily filmmakers that are doing that great work of preserving history and bringing us bringing us forward. So although I would like to say that yes, that's all I think about, and I'm the first, I would love to. Really love to take them.
You could find a new angle.
Well, that's the thing. But there's so many people that went before me that I am now discovering. I would not like to leave out the fact that there are probably so many people that did that I didn't even realize.
We'll talk about those people in a minute.
Yes.
I was driving along the highway. I know I got to take a break first. I know. On Saturday.
Yes.
And there's a piece of road. I kept thinking. I said to myself, "Oh my goodness! Before the highway, how did we connect this place to that place?" And I saw the old remnants of the old road, and I remembered then as a younger person traveling that older road, and I kept thinking, we've shifted so much. That there are people who do not remember. I don't even remember this highway that runs along here, of what was here before.
Right.
That kind of thing. And so lest we forget, lest we begin to forget, we need to capture. So that it's always stored for memory.
Yes.
We'll take a break right here. When we come back, we want to talk about the people and cinema and film and theater and how this project done by Melissa Green is capturing all of this. She's a filmmaker. Back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's a project undertaken by Melissa Hunt. And in that project, she is looking at some of the things that we have forgotten over time and the people who've been a part of the process of capturing those moments. And so she's with me now as we look at some of the people who would have, in your research, you've discovered, who were making film and not even realizing that they were doing it. They were just doing it as a passion project.
Well, yeah. Well, as I mentioned earlier, Andrew Millington made the first feature film. And then through my research some more, I noticed that my other tutor, Russell Watson, was also a filmmaker. He was one of the early filmmakers to do a feature-length film. And then most recently, I met a young lady by the name of Rita Gay. And Rita is a past student of the University of the West Indies, filmmaker as well. And I was so excited to realize that there was a young lady just like me. She went to the same secondary school as me. I was like, oh. So it was a beautiful thing to realize that there are more of us out there than I was aware of, and it's now my duty to enlighten myself so that I can speak with an informed knowledge, speech.
But technology has shifted so much. It makes it even more possible today to capture your film. People are using the little devices, you know, to build their artwork. And so let's talk a little bit about that and how disposable it could be, one, and how do we ensure that we are able to preserve what we've filmed. What do you think?
Preservation is really important, and memory is fragile.
Yes.
So capturing it is penultimate, but what is ultimate is preserving it.
Yes.
And I think technology is growing fast, but sometimes we tend to be lapsed in catching up, and we don't have the correct spaces, the right infrastructure to make sure that these things are held to the best quality. Even something as simple as cloud storage that we might all know of is really expensive. And sometimes it takes some trainings, a little deeper understanding of how to have things back. The other day I was here, I lost my whole hard drive.
Oh.
We'll see how it works.
Don't worry, I lost all of my 80s music on my hard drive.
No.
It dropped, boom, that's it.
And you see how fragile it is, and it's almost heartbreaking. So what I'm trying to do with this project is also enforce the importance of preservation. Put it and lay upon those who are the powers that be to create those spaces, not just for show, but for real. We need to keep our identity intact by preserving all of our media.
Oftentimes we begin to qualify what we preserve. Should we preserve everything, or should we be selective in what we preserve? Madam.
You say, I can stop, you know what? You never know what's going to be magic in the future.
Yes.
And preserving everything, although it will be it's a multiple task, I think you should preserve everything. You don't know. The same way we talk about how the landscape would change. The same way you didn't track the difference with the roads. Nobody thought that was important. But maybe one person did 50 years ago and they saw what you just said and they said, I got that. I think there is magic in preserving everything. We'll decide what we need and do we need later.
That's so true.
And I think the power was out of our hands for a very long time about what we preserve and what we keep as history. That now we have the power and we have the technology and we have the ease. Keep the power by preserving everything that is ours and keeping it in our hands, not out of our hands. And I think what the Prime Minister did by purchasing the Barbadian archives and saying that it will be for public use, I think that's a brilliant thing. And I hope to see how that grows in the future for me to get some stuff to put in my documentary as well, right?
Building that appetite
yes.
for consumption. You know how we feel sometimes as Barbadians. We sometimes look at ourselves and think that what we have is not good enough, so therefore I shall not consume it. It is better from elsewhere. How are we building that passion, that desire, that longing for what's ours?
I will start by rejecting that idea. I've heard the narrative for a very long time, and I think in order to change a narrative, you have to first reject it. And I would like to say that though we might think that we only like the things from outside, for instance, look at Porgy and Murder.
Yes.
It's not necessarily the most cinematic piece, but a lot of Barbadians were tuned in for whatever reason. And I think what we need to do is when we create our art, think about ourselves first, and true and authentic representation, people will come afterwards. But yes, I really love to see the little pockets of Barbados that actually do appreciate the art and want to push it forward. I think it's my job now to continue that and take the baton from those who came before me and find ways to not only pass on the baton, but turn the baton gold and pass it on. That's and let the next person turn it titanium and pass it on. I don't know. I think that's my journey now as a young filmmaker to grow the interest and the appetite that's already there.
As a film, excuse me, this cough will not go. As a filmmaker,
yes.
Is there a particular genre that you prefer to work in? Or are you seeing yourself as just a documentary maker?
Before I decided on my capstone, I wanted to do a murder mystery piece. It's kind of surrounding, you know how families fight over land.
Oh yes.
And
it starts with death.
Right, death.
Land.
Exactly, right? So you know that I wanted to do it from a Barbadian perspective, but add that treatment of a murder mystery and see how that works. My heart was really excited about it, but I wasn't passionate about the story until I did this one with documentary. And I find that a documentary can be fictional as well. So I think my passion is documenting Barbados in no matter form it is in. So either fiction, or maybe it might be a horror, it might be a thriller. But right now, documentary, this is my second documentary, and this is what I'm feeling more passionate about. So I think documentary is my path.
Wow. I feel your passion, I feel your energy and your excitement around it indeed. So I don't mind traveling the path with you.
I like that.
With a story to tell, however.
Right?
And so, but theatre was also part of our journey of life. And we would have had so many theatre groups. We don't have as many now. So we missed a lot of opportunities to film what they did that also represented who we are. And I'm saying it in the present simply because while it might have been in the 70s, it is still a lot of our village experience that we have. How important is it to you to have a camera capturing everything from the making of, to the production of, to the...
This is my time to shine.
Talk to me now.
I love to have my camera out. I did theater at BCC, and right now I could pull up on my phone videos of my class doing warm-ups. Miss Hinkson Cox teaching us doing different warm-ups, rehearsal, videos everywhere. Everybody know, Melissa, you always recording from BCC straight through. And I think it's really important. Theater is another set of magic. That is where I started. And I really need to commend New Waith for his resurgence of theater and live performances, and he has also taken on understood the importance of filming it. And I think theater is really important, and I hope to see it grow again and flourish.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too. I really, really do, because in that we saw the best expressions of ourselves, the funniest expressions of ourselves, the other expressions of ourselves. We begin to live through the character.
Like laugh it all. Yep.
There you go. And so when we have more of that, I think it also creates an opportunity for filmmakers themselves to see things in a totally different perspective. And I'm just hoping other young people in film and what you do, in your class, do you have a lot of people your age, or are they generally older than?
I think they're generally my age, actually. For my group is pretty young. I think my group is pretty young. I have one older person that is in my class. But I think it's very young, but it's very small. So I hope that the class size grows. Yeah.
So what do you think? Why do you think it is that they're so small? What's causing people not to want to do it?
I don't think a lot of people see a future in it. I think there are a lot of people out there who have a passion for it. I don't think a lot of people see a future in it. And in today's society where a future is uncertain, I can understand why. But for me, if you follow your passion, the universe will make a way, God will make a way. So I understand fully why there are not a lot of people there, but I just want to encourage anybody that filmmaking, if that's really in your heart, do the work, do the ground. Even if you don't get to go to school, do the research, do the background. It's not only the moment you press record, it's all the research and work you do beforehand.
I like that, indeed. So work still to be done by you, Melissa.
Yes.
It's called Filmed
and
Forgotten.
Yes.
Will it be released soon, or just for
So the school project is supposed to be finally sent in May. It's only supposed to be 20 minutes, but my discovery is so expansive. It's past 20 minutes, so I'm turning it into a feature film alongside doing my short form for school. So I am in the process now of getting sponsorship, finding spaces. So yes, I am soon going to be putting it out in May. It has to be out in May. Yes, so I'm on that road up. I'm currently editing it right now. As I shoot, I'm sending it to the assistant editor, and we are moving.
The baby will be born in May.
Yay!
The baby is called Filmed and Forgotten by Melissa Hunt. We look for it. We can't wait to see it. Indeed, all that you've been able to tell through your film, and we wish you well with your studies.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate that.
Melissa Hunt is her name. The film is her game. Film Not Forgotten is a project soon coming to you. So listen up. We'll tell you more as it draws closer. Morning Barbados takes a break right here. We'll be back in a moment.
This journey started because I wanted to know about the Barbadian filmmakers that went before me. I noticed that I knew very little about who they were. I just completed my preliminary interview with Rita, and that was really impactful. What they made, what perspectives they had on Barbados and the Barbadian identity, and how those perspectives shape the narratives that they created. Great outcome of that is that she has agreed to marry her PhD research with my film. Never done that before, don't know how it works, but that's the next step now.
Well, okay, I just calling for a quick advice before I start today.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come.
Tune in live on CBC TV8 Tuesday, March 3rd at 10 a.m. AST for the Caribbean Development Bank's 2026 Annual News Conference. Hear directly from the bank's leadership as they outline priority actions to boost resilience, growth, and sustainable development for all Caribbean people. Be sure to join us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
And that's our time today. My little crew joins me wishing all of you a marvelous Monday. Be it the will of the Lord, we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.